A leaked report of the much-taunted Government Salary Review Committee indicates that government plans to significantly review the salaries of public servants following widespread outcry. The committee report that was due to be released on 30th November will be presented to Cabinet and Parliament for approval. The report, a copy of which NTV has obtained, indicates that salaries of doctors who are currently on strike have been enhanced. It's proposed that a medical assistant who has been earning 1,170,000 shillings will now take 2,250,000 shillings. A medical consultant currently paid 2.6 million shillings will now be paid 12 million shillings. A senior consultant currently earning 3,440,000 had their salary raised to 14.6 million shillings. The Director General of Health Services, who was earning a meager 4.6 million shillings, will now be paid 15.5 million shillings. The report indicated that a primary teacher who has been earning 430,000 shillings will now be paid 860,000 shillings. The committee also proposes enhanced salaries for state attorneys and prosecutors who also laid down their tools. A senior state prosecutor who has been earning 860,000 shillings will now be paid 2.8 million shillings. A principal state attorney was being paid 1,250,000 shillings will be paid 4,150,000 shillings. A senior principal state prosecutor was earning 1.5 million shillings will now earn 5.2 million shillings. A state attorney was getting 1,250,000 shillings will now get 4,150,000 million shillings. A senior state attorney who was earning 1.5 million shillings will now earn 5.2 million shillings. A principal state attorney who was getting 2.1 million shillings will get 6.9 million shillings. A senior principal state attorney moves from 2.4 million shillings to 80 million shillings, while a chief state attorney who was getting 2.8 million shillings will now get 9.4 million shillings. In the judiciary, a magistrate grade 2 who was earning 730,000 shillings will now be paid 1.3 million shillings. Grade 1 magistrate was earning 1,250,000 shillings. Salary has been enhanced to 2.4 million shillings. Chief magistrate, senior principal magistrate, and senior magistrate who were earning 2.8 million shillings will have their salaries raised to 6.8 million shillings. The chief registrar of the judiciary was earning 4.8 million shillings, now will earn 16.9 million shillings. And the registrar, who now earns 4.2 million shillings, will now be paid 12.3 million shillings. And assistant registrar moves from 3.1 million shillings to 8.3 million shillings. Jingo Francis, NTV.